to the 2K TV Season 10 finale. I cannot believe it. 10 seasons. We're already at the finale. It feels like just yesterday where we were like, welcome to Season 10. It's been 10 years of 2K
game's out.
TV.
Check out all this cool 2K24 stuff. Now we're here at the finale. And you know, some of my favorite moments, Alexis, have been the amazing guests we've had on the show, such as Jeff Hamilton. Somebody told me Kobe signed one of these,
This one is signed by Kobe?
Wow, that's really amazing. He lent me the Kobe jacket that he wore when he won the championship, something I'll never forget. What was your favorite moment?
My favorite, going to France, talking to
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Heat taking on the Grizzlies. For the Heat, what could be more satisfying than this winning 9 out of the last 10 games? And another chance to show what they're fully capable of right here and now. Grizzlies. Heat is next, right after this. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've got Big Dog. Davis is out there with Evan Mobley. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Holiday in at the point. And for the Heat, White is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Thompson, and it's Williams at the center, locking down the middle. Oh, we get to see, Brent, 2 of the league's strongest backcourts tonight, and this is probably the kind of game that suits your taste, am I right?
Oh, I love it. I love it, Kevin. This game is going to come down to guard play. It's not just about the backcourt scoring. It's just as much about that strong perimeter defense.
Now Thompson following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's Bridges, and the first shot of the night for him, no good. Holiday against White. Thompson outside. White looking around, shoots, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by White. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Thunder. Pass to Mobley. Here's Big Dog. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Holiday gets the bucket.
That's a beautiful shot there for Drew. Defenses have to account for Drew Holiday out there behind the arc.
Now here's White. Down low. Claxton with the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Holiday. Last game he had 12. Mobley kicks to Holiday. Clock at 6. And it's sent back by White. Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Davis against Williams. Here's Thompson. Sinks that one from the post. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
And it's Davis missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's White. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game.
Called for Memphis. Coming out on the court, your Miami Heat dancers.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Look at the Heat. Right now they've compiled the third best record in the conference.
And when you look at Miami, they've already become a team you have to stand up and pay attention to. Don't sleep on these guys. They're a dangerous squad.
Well, the reason I think they're dangerous is the fact that they're playing with just a ton of confidence right now. And the more wins that they can pile up now, the more cohesive they're going to be.
Now here's Williams. A second chance effort. And Davis sends it back.
An impactful defensive presence. AD is outstanding at coming up with blocks.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Now, here's Mobley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 6 to shoot. Big dog, the pass to Davis. Over Williams.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Count that bucket.
And Shea putting it on the string so hard to stay on top of him as a defender.
Out to the wing. Back to Holiday. The pass to Bridges. Here's Big Dog. Can they get it? Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder. Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Ask any player who's the best perimeter defender, they'll all say Drew Holiday.
Drew is elite on that end of the floor. He can force turnovers, disrupt and just damage plays and challenge all the shots. You think you've lost him, and he's right there with you.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Vucevic checked in for Williams. And it's Robert Williams in for Nicholas Claxton. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Mobley against Williams. Pass to Holiday. Drills it from outside. Holiday's got 7 points.
Well, he's so smooth, and it just looks like he's never out of control, Drew Holiday.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes it off the glass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Bridges against Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Miami Heat. It's a 5-point game. White finds Thompson. Davis against Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves. Tricky to defend.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Williams, he's checked in for Davis. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside Holiday to the middle. Williams. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. His last outing, he had 24 points. Over Bridges, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Now at the line, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. 1.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
Mobley the pass to Big Dog. Pass to Holiday from past the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Thompson dishes to Vucevic. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point land.
Not letting the offense get the better of him. Bridges locked in.
And so it's Miami going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
The Heat leading by 10. So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. We've got George. Williams is out there with Evan Mobley. Then it's Holiday, and it's Fontecchio in at the small forward. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. George passes to Fontecchio. Mobley with it. Vucevic defending. And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. Second, the Grizzlies. The Heat in 5th.
I think these teams have made the adjustments defensively, and both are seeing their defensive numbers rise.
Passes it to Vucevic. Back to White. Stolen by George. To the paint. Here's Williams. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
A wise pass right there by the rookie George. Solid at finding open teammates.
Greg, this Keontae George is explosive.
When he goes in the paint, he is like a wrecking ball. Very physical driver for a guard. And can be streaky, but boy, when he heats up, watch out.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. By this time of the season, I think it's fair, Greg, to say we know the identity of these teams. How much are you worried about record at this point if you're a player?
Kevin, I wouldn't worry about record as much as I do camaraderie and execution. I also look at the schedule up to this point. How has the team fared against tough competition?
He throw good. Mobley. A different look for Miami. Williams, he's checked in for Vucevic. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Williams. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Thompson. And Memphis also making a switch. Davis is checked in for Williams. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Outside, White. Now the pass to Claxton. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Hayward for 2. And Williams is right there. Williams has got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Holiday looking over the floor. George, that's a 2-pointer. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. George has got his first bucket in this one. Pass to Hayward. And Hayward with the stuff.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. Make that pass in his sleep.
George against Gilgeous-Alexander. Fontecchio passes to Davis. Loads it up for Davis. And stolen by Williams. White against Holiday. White down low. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
I'm I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And Holiday kicks to George. Knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Outside, George.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Derek White.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And finished off by Williams.
It really exemplifies who Hayward is, a team player, someone who enjoys spotting his open teammate.
Outside Holiday, and there's the call on Evan Mobley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Miami now. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Hayward against Davis. Pass to Williams. And it's Miami with another.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies, they come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
Big Dog is checked in for Memphis. Mikal Bridges comes in for Drew Holiday. Bridges outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
White the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. White, good. White's got 10 points.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Mobley looking it over. Nobody near George. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Here's White. It's hauled in by Big Dog. The Grizzlies trail by 16. And Davis, here we go. Excellent D there from Williams.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Mobley with the block. Here he goes. Here's Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Outstanding job by AD to get close to the basket, get the ball in great position, and force the defense to resort to fouling.
Memphis shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Free throw good, Davis.
And I think as fans, you always want to see the best in the league healthy. Anthony Davis out there tonight, and the NBA is just better when AD's playing.
Robert Williams is checked in for Miami. Thompson comes in for Gordon Hayward. So he gets them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And it's good for 2.
And Thompson letting his athleticism take over there as he was bumped.
Passes it to Big Dog. Dishes it to Davis. To the inside. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 14 points now in the basket from George.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
And White kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Bridges with the steal. And stolen by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
And so it's Miami with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you guys are in control right now. How's that happen?
Well, I think we've been able to get to our pace. We've been active defensively, so we just have to maintain our focus and keep trying to be in attack mode, both ends of the court.
You guys are built for this, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 block. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Thompson is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's White, and it's Williams at center. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Gilgeous-Alexander, some imaginative offense on that play.
Bridges passes to George. With the shot, Miami grabs the miss. Claxton's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
White the pass to Claxton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Williams. And Davis sends it back. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
What a stuff there. Bridges doing it with authority.
Bridges against Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks it to Thompson, and it's Big Dog with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Drew Holiday's checked in for George.
Checking in for the Grizzlies, Drew Holiday.
White against Holiday. Mobley with the block.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Coaches say, GA, the league has a problem when it's punishing the retaliators and not the instigators. Do they have a point?
Kevin, I think so. But for any scuffle, it's worth asking who started it. And that's what we do in life normally, right? And with a pause here, how about the stats for Davis? And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer. Understands the offense. Moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
The shot's good.
The defense is there, but AD shot just better than the defense that time.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, a lot more awareness in the league about the importance of mental health. Why is that so necessary?
I mean, Kevin, the level of stress now has really grown. These players are under this huge microscope that now often extends to their families. And this is such a highly competitive environment. It is far more than just a game.
Floats it up there for Mobley. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Great job by Holiday keeping his head on a swivel, finding his man with the perfect pass there to finish off the pick and roll.
There's the pass to Williams. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Pass to Big Dog. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Lets it go from 14. Misses the hole. Now shooting 8 for 14. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Vucevic, he's checked in for Williams. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Now Holiday, 7 points in the game. Bridges finds Mobley. Over Claxton. Inside. And it's Davis finishing it off.
AD gets near the rim, and it's lights out.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. In 2022, LeBron James joined Michael Jordan as the only NBA players who are also billionaires. But with the growth in player salaries, that's probably going to change. In fact, for those players entering the league now, every rookie class may contain 1 or 2 future billionaires. Good work if you can get it, Kevin.
Yeah. No kidding, DA. Thank you. And the Heat call time here.
Your Heat Youth Dance Team.
A different look for Miami. Williams comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Crowder in for Thompson. And Memphis also making a switch. Williams is checked in. Here's White. Holiday with the defensive effort.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They led the game at 1 point by 20. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Bridges passes to Williams. Pass to Holiday. This one for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Holiday's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Memphis. And White kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down in the low post, it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Bridges outside. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drive. It looked good from here.
White, it's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Williams looking over the floor. It's good. Williams has got 6 points.
And not relying at all on the 3-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And it's White missing.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
And Davis throws it down hard.
Is Davis competing in the All-Star Slam Dunk contest? I give him a 48.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Right the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Feeds it to Williams. Bridges with the board. The Grizzlies trail by 6. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good on the bucket. Williams has got 4 points this quarter. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
"19 seconds left to play here in the third. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 21 points in the game. Just 3 on the clock. Up in time, and it's good. But hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
And they're keeping the call as is in this close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. But if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Right? Get the ball moving. No holds. No holds.
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, Anthony Davis is out there with Evan Mobley. Then there's Big Dog. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Davis. Williams with the block. Thompson outside. Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Thompson, high post. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. And that one drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 23 points.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Bridges passes to Big Dog. Kicks it to Davis. Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. Holiday gets the bucket.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Hayward goes in, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Third personal foul.
That one on Mobley.
Team foul.
And how assertive is Hayward. Terrific job just knifing inside and attacking through the contact on his way up.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Miami.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
Well, another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked him down.
And how about the winning mindset Hayward brings to this team? He's done it at every level, just goes out and competes.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Memphis. He hits both from the stripe.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And Holiday kicks to Mobley. The pass to Big Dog. Now Huerter. Pulls it up. Here's Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Holds it up there for Mobley. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And a great vision by Davis showing off those point guard skills from back in high school.
Thompson passes to Claxton. Hayward outside. And Davis sends it back. Moment here now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Robert Williams. David?
Hey guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Heat. The news is not good. He hyperextended his elbow. They are icing it to reduce the swelling, but he's in a lot of pain. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they are hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kelly.
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, Greg, we have a little more clarity.
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there, playing alongside his teammates and competing.
White is checked in for the Heat. Timeout called the Heat.
You gotta get loud!
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. Now, he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And SGA is used to bearing these kind of big-time shots. Just an outstanding leader for this team.
Here's Davis. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. White against Holiday. Right side, Williams. Outside, White. Over Holiday. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Now it's a 7-point Miami lead.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Bridges is checked in for Memphis. Davis, the pass to Big Guy. Stolen by Thompson. White down low, guarded by Holiday. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And that one falls for White. And both free throws good for White. Here's Holiday. To the paint. Here's Davis. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
The Grizzlies making a change here. Williams is checked in. Miami leading by 6. 1:49 left to play here in the fourth. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Awesome job by AD to get the ball in a favorable spot. That's most anywhere, but comes up big with that basket.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring. Well, with the game's outcome hanging in the balance, Davis does exactly what he needs to do. A gigantic shot from their big man.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 31.
Say it with me now. S.
G.
Hey, get it done.
Thompson outside. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Memphis moving it around. 5 to shoot. There's Williams. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
And he commits the intentional foul. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the first that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They trail by 6. 27 seconds left in the game.
Let's hear it once again for your Heat dancers. Get loud!
Williams dishes to Holiday. Back to Williams. It doesn't go for him. White with the defensive effort. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Penalty. Now at the line, Nicholas.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And it's Williams with the ball for Memphis. And it's George missing.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
And so it's Miami winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Gordon. I assume that this is a big confidence boost for your guys.
Yeah, it was. And we got to be able to carry this and use this as momentum going into those next 3 games. And, it's going to start off, and we got to take care of business in that first game and set the tone for the rest of the road trip. So I think we're looking forward to it.
Well, Gordon, I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot more confidence after tonight. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.